Welcome to Mixed Level Yoga Flow this morning. Yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, to the self. Yoga is about clearing away whatever is in us that prevents our living in the most full and whole way. Twist, restore and maintain range of motion in the spine, aid in digestion, and energize the body and mind. My name is Kathy Sorrow, and I will lead you in this twisting yoga flow, and I will give you several options for modifications. Let's start on our backs. Bend into the knees with your feet flat on the floor, hip distance apart. And cactus your arms so your elbows are bent and the backs of your forearm, elbow, and hands are rooting down into the mat. Allow your knees to fall into each other. And start to focus on your breath. Notice how the breath feels moving in through the nose, filling your lungs, your belly. And breathe out. Notice the difference in the air as it releases through your nostrils. Focus on making the inhalations deep and full, and your exhalations complete and even with your inhalations. Feeling yourself with each inhalation, drawing that breath into any places that feel tense. And exhaling to relax, really feeling that mat beneath you, the ground beneath you supporting you. Taking a few more rounds of breath just like this, maybe setting an intention for your practice to be with yourself, be present for yourself, your body, your mind, your spirit. Maybe focusing on flexibility, strength, knowing at this moment you have everything you need to carry you through this energizing, heat-building practice. Go ahead and open your eyes and heel-toe your feet together, keeping your arms in this cactus shape, lifting your feet off the mat, keeping your knees at a 90-degree angle. As you inhale, press your lower back into the mat and allow your knees to hover to the right. Taking a few twists, feeling that twist, keeping that left shoulder rooted down into the mat, engaging that core, waking up that core. Inhale back to center. Exhale, allow the knees to fall over to the left and hover. Hugging that belly button towards the spine. Come back to center. Moving from the right back to center to the left. Building strength early in our practice. Finding this gentle twist with the core engagement. One more time in each direction. Keep that belly button pulling into the spine. And we'll meet back in the center. Take the palms of your hands and reach them towards the sky. Your arms are straight, your wrists are right above your shoulders. So you're in a supine tabletop here. Pressing that lower spine into the mat. Take an inhale here. Extend the left leg long. Left foot is flexed. Right arm reaches above your head. We're in a supine balance here. Hover and hold. If this feels like too much, you can go ahead and place your left leg, your right arm onto the mat, but really reach away from that center. And exhale, come back to your supine table. Inhale, extend the left arm and right leg long. Hover or rest, whatever feels best to you and your body. You're hugging that belly button in. Come back to center. At your own pace, draw the left leg long, the right arm long. Come back to center. As you inhale on your extension, exhale, coming back to center. Shins are parallel to the mat when you're back to center. One more time in each direction. Hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Come back to center. Hug your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg long. Preparing for our supine twist. You're pressing your left thigh into the mat. Your left foot is engaged. Take your right arm, bend into that elbow. Press your right shoulder nice and firmly into the mat. And draw with your left hand, draw your right knee across your body, finding that supine twist. Gaze is to the right. Take a few breaths here. Breathing into those places that you feel sensation. And exhaling to release, let it go. Notice where you might be clenching. Breathe into those spaces and exhale to soften. Take your time. Creating lots of space between the vertebrae and these twists. Lots of space, lots of flexibility. Inhale back to center. Hug your right knee into your chest. Bring your nose to your knee. Shoulders are soft and away from the ears. Relax your shoulders. Hug your left knee into your chest. Make yourself small. Hug the left knee into the chest. The right leg is long. You press the right thigh into the mat. Right foot is flexed. Nose is still to the knee. And go ahead and relax your shoulders and your head back down to the mat, preparing for the supine twist on the opposite side. Cactus shape your arm. Press your left shoulder firmly into the mat. The back of the hand is pressing into the mat. And guide your left knee across your body with your right hand. Finding that twist. Let your jaw go. Maybe even close your eyes. Give yourself permission to release here. Breathing into tension. And exhale, let it go. Breathing, maybe even picturing each vertebrae gaining more space and flexibility as you breathe in and let go. center. Hug that left knee nice and tight to the chest. Bring your nose to your knee. Hug your right knee in. Starting with just a little bit of core work here. Make yourself nice and small. On your next inhale, extend both legs long, arms above your head. Maybe you'd like to hover here, or maybe you just like to have that full body stretch, hugging every muscle to every bone. Inhale, big. And exhale, hug your knees to nose. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, extend. Maybe hover, maybe not. This is your practice. You decide. Exhale, make yourself small. That's 1. 2. 3. 1 more time. Extend. Go ahead and take your shoulders and your head back down to the mat and just rock your knees from side to side, maybe taking your gaze to the opposite side of where your knees are, just to let that go in your neck and your shoulders. Come back to center, crossing at the ankles, rocking forward and back just a few times. We'll all meet in tabletop shape. Start to move your body. Maybe you'd like to take cat-cow. Inhale, crown of the head lifts, tailbone lifts. Your joints are stacked. You're pressing through the mat with your hands. Tops of the feet are pressing down. Take an inhale here in your cow shape. And exhale, round your back. Crown of the head drops. Hug your belly button to spine. That's cat shape. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Maybe you'd like to sway your hips. Maybe you'd like to sit back into child's pose and shift forward. Whatever feels best to you, go ahead and do that now. Inviting lots of movement into that spine. Coming back to tabletop, tucking onto the knees, shift your hips high, downward facing dog. Maybe your knees are bent just a little bit, really focusing on that extension in your spine. You're pressing your hands into the mat firmly as your chest is reaching toward your thighs. Your gaze is between your ankles and knees. And let's start to do that downward dog dance. Maybe you pedal your feet. Maybe you come up onto your toes, shifting your heels from one side to the other. Sink your heels to the right. And then come up onto your toes and sink your heels to the left. Whatever movement feels good, maybe bending deeply into your knees and then straightening your knees, sinking your heels. Go ahead and complete whatever movement you're in. Extend your right leg long, 3-legged dog. Pressing into that right hand and the left hand evenly. Take an inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Hug that right knee nice and tight towards your chest. One more time, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, gazes between the hands, and gently place your right foot between your hands. Lower onto that left knee, untuck the toes. Draw your heart forward. Low crescent lunge. Place your left hand on the inside of your right foot. Right arm sweeps high, finding a twist here. Hug your belly in. And breathe. Right hand frames to the outside of the right foot. Left arm sweeps high, finding an open twist here. Float your left hand down to frame that foot. Straighten that right knee, sit back. Right toes are reaching for your body, finding your half splits. Take your time. Inhale, drawing the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Maybe your right knee isn't completely straight. As long as you feel that little bit of sensation in that right leg, it's all the same benefit. Inhale, bending into that right knee. Hands plant down. Step back into your high plank pose. Breathing into your high plank. Shift forward a few inches. Lower your knees, untuck the toes. Finding yourself in knees down plank. Hug your elbows into your side nice and firmly, and lower slowly all the way to your belly. Forehead comes to the mat. Reaching your arms behind you, palms are down onto the mat, pinkies are reaching for each other. On your next inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze to about a few inches in front of your mat. Lift your arms, airplane arms in this little back bend here. Reaching your fingertips towards your heels and your pinkies towards each other. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades. Go ahead and bring your hands and your forehead back to the mat. Place your hands beneath your shoulders, tuck onto your toes, find downward facing dog. And breathe. That's part of our vinyasa variation, building strength here. On your next inhale, left leg rises. Knee to nose 3 times. Exhale, bring that knee in. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, gazes forward. Gently place that left foot between the hands. Lower that right knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, crown of the head and heart reaches forward. Plant the right hand, left arm floats high. Really broadening across those collarbones. Hugging that belly button towards your spine, opening up that left shoulder. Exhale, place the left hand down the outside of the left foot. Right arm sweeps high to that open twist. Hugging everything to that imaginary midline, really lifting your right fingertips toward the sky, not dumping down into this left wrist. Float the right hand down. Inhale, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, straighten that left knee as best you can. Left toes are reaching towards your body. Finding our half splits, taking our time. Take an inhale here. Extend your heart forward. And exhale, fold just a little more deeply. On your next inhale, bend into that left knee, plant the hands, step back to high plank. Shifting forward, moving on in our vinyasa, building strength. Lower onto the knees, untuck the toes. This time, you're more than welcome to go into that locust that we did in the first round, or you can lower halfway down to a half chaturanga. Inhale, draw the heart forward for your cobra back bend. Tuck onto the toes, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Maybe even close your eyes and just notice. As you inhale, really send those sit bones to the sky. Enjoying all that length in your spine. Maybe nod your head yes or no. On your next inhale, bend into your knees deeply. Gaze is between the hands. And step forward between the hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Place all the weight in your left foot. Lift your right leg. Your right knee is bent. You're hugging that left glute, nice and close to you. Allow your arms to come down by your sides. One-legged mountain. Inhale, arms rise, working on balance here, finding a drishti, finding a focal point. Exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, arms rise, hug that belly in, hug that left glute. Exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, left knee rises. Exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, arms rise. Hugging that right hip underneath of you. Exhale, flow. One more time. Inhale, arms rise, 3-legged mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot steps all the way to the back of the mat. Inhale, crown of the head reaches forward, enjoying this low lunge. On your next inhale, grounding down into both feet, arms rise, high crescent. An inhale here, really reach away from your center. Use your arms as you exhale, bend that left knee just a little more deeply. One more inhale here. And exhale, twist to the left. Gazes back behind you to your left thumb. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, open twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, pivot that right heel in and down. Find opening up into warrior two. Bending deeply into that left knee, making sure your shoulders are directly above your hips. Your tailbone is reaching toward the floor. Your shoulders are soft. On your next inhale, left palm faces the sky. Reach up and back for reverse warrior. Inhale here. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh. Right arm reaches up and over. Maybe your right arm reaches for the sky. Side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Finding that low lunge. Inhale, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, walk your hands to the long edge of the mat, finding a wide leg forward fold. Hands to your hips. Inhale, come to stand. Toes are facing out just a little bit. Finding your star shape. Fingertips are reaching toward the corner of the room. Exhale to goddess. Inhale to star. Exhale to goddess. One more time in each direction. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, warrior two towards the back of the mat. And breathe. Inhale, flip the right palm, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, whichever you choose. Maybe you'd like to do a half bind. Your left arm reaches behind you toward the inside top of your thigh. Whatever feels best to you. Warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down to frame your right foot. You're facing the back of the mat. Inhale, arms rise, high crescent. Come up onto your left toes, come into high crescent. Come up onto your left toes, there you go. Bend into that front knee. Lean forward over that front knee, really grounding down into the both feet. And reach your arms towards the back of the room, airplane arms. Palms are facing down, pinkies are squeezing toward each other. Inhale, high crescent, arms rise. Exhale, arms reach back into airplane. Stay here if this is enough work, but if you'd like to press into that right foot, put most of your weight in that right foot, coming forward, either keeping those left toes touching or lift that left leg to an airplane, a warrior three variation. So your left toes are lifted, your left leg is straight. Your left pinky toe is facing the floor. Inhale, gently place that left foot back on the ground, high crescent. Hands come down to frame that right foot, step back. Moving through a vinyasa variation. Either take knees down, chaturanga, or maybe you're ready for full chaturanga. Lower halfway down. Inhale to up dog or maybe cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. And breathe. 3 rounds of breath here in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left knee to nose. Place your left foot between your hands. Find that low lunge. Breathing in, allowing the heart to really reach forward. Your right heel is pressing back. On your next inhale, arms rise, high crescent. Breathe. Twist to the left. Your gaze is towards your left hand. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, twist to the right. Open twist. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, open up into warrior two. Flipping that left palm, reverse warrior. Take an inhale here, bend deeply into that left knee. Exhale, side angle of your choice. Maybe you're ready to take a half bind. Arm reaching up and forward over your ear, or maybe straight up to the sky. Inhale, back to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Walk your hands to the long edge of the mat, finding a deep, wide leg forward fold. Crown of the head is reaching toward the floor. Maybe you're encouraging that stretch just a little more deeply, enjoying this inversion. Inhale, walk your hands beneath your shoulders. Right arm sweeps high, finding a gentle twist. Exhale, right hand comes down, back to the mat. Inhale, left arm sweeps high, hug your belly in. Exhale, come back down. Walk your hands back to that deeper, wide leg forward fold. Place your hands on your hips, hug that belly button to spine, lifting your pelvic floor. Inhale, come to rise. Draw your heels in, find that star shape. Take an inhale in star shape, exhale, goddess. 2 more times. Inhale, expand. Exhale, sink into those hips. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, warrior 2, back to the front of the mat. Inhale, flip that right palm, reach your right hand up and back. Reverse warrior. Exhale to your side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Step back into plank. Bend into the knees, send your hips back. Gaze is forward, step or maybe hop, somehow get to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Right knee lifts. Exhale, place that right foot back down on the mat. Airplane arms, sit in your chair. Get low. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Palms are facing down. Maybe go an inch lower in your chair. Inhale, arms rise. Lift that left knee. Exhale, chair legs, airplane arms. 1 more time in each direction. Get low. Inhale, arms rise. Right knee rises. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Inhale, left leg lifts, arms rise. Exhale, chair. Find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps all the way to the back of the mat. Then your right, finding your downward facing dog. Take 3 rounds of breath here. Maybe even notice how much more of an expression you can make in your down dog now that you've been moving a little bit. Breathe. On your next inhale, right leg rises. We're going through that series again, but moving more towards breath to movement. Exhale, knee to nose. Place your right foot between your hands. Inhale, arms rise, high crescent. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, open up into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to your side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. And take 1 breath here. Inhale, find your star shape. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, warrior 2 to the back of the mat. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale. two. Gaze is over that left hand. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Inhale, arms rise, high crescent. Exhale, reach your arms back into that airplane. Hover over that left foot. Maybe you stay here. Maybe this is enough work. You're gaining all the same benefits of strength here. Maybe you tap your right foot forward and come into airplane, that warrior three variation. Your hips are square. You're pressing your right heel toward the back of the room. Take one more breath here. And gently place that right foot back down on the mat. Arms rise, high crescent. Exhale, hands come down to frame that left foot. Step back into plank. Move through your vinyasa, your chaturanga, and your back bend. Or just go straight to downward facing dog. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathe. 3 rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left knee to nose. Place your left foot in between your hands. Inhale, crown of the head reaches forward, low lunge. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms rise, high crescent. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist to the right. Use your strength, your balance. Inhale, arms rise, back to center. Exhale, warrior two. Make sure that left knee is tracking over the second and third toe. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, yogi's choice. Inhale, warrior two. Find your star shape. Inhale here. Exhale, goddess. Inhale to star. Exhale to goddess. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to your hips. Feet are parallel. With a flat back, find your forward fold. Wide leg forward fold. Walk your hands over to the front of your right foot. Maybe your left hand reaches the outside of your right ankle. Maybe you reach your right arm high or put your right hand in your back pocket, drawing your chest towards your right knee. Maybe your hand is in front of your foot. Maybe you're just moving in that direction. Whatever feels best to you. Inhale, back to center. Draw the crown of the head towards the mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk your hands, taking your right hand to in front of your right foot, beside your right foot, or maybe even grabbing the outside of your left arm. Your left ankle. Inhale, left arm sweeps high, or maybe you put your left hand in your back pocket, finding that twisted fold. Inhale, back to center in a halfway lift. Exhale, right hand comes to the outside of the right ankle. Left hand comes out the outside of the left ankle. Pull up on your kneecaps and see if that creates a little more space in your hamstrings. 2 more rounds of breath here. Bring your hands to your hips. Hug that belly in. Come to stand. Warrior two to the top of your mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to frame that right foot. Step back into downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Maybe you'd like to drop into child's pose. Maybe you'd like to continue strengthening in your downward facing dog. Whatever feels best to you, please do what you need. Yoga is coming to yourself. On your next inhale, bend into your knees, sit back in your heels, gaze is forward, and float to the top of your mat, finding your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, come into your chair. Your chest is lifted. Your big toes are touching each other. Your knees are squeezing together. Take an inhale here. Exhale, twist to the left. And maybe you'd like to take your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Opening up that left shoulder. Inhale, arms rise, come to stand. Lift that right knee, standing mountain. Exhale, chair, hands to heart center. Sink deeply. Make sure you can see your toes beyond your knees. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you twist to the right without the bind. Or maybe your left elbow finds the outside of your right knee. Keeping your thumb as close to the middle of your heart as you can, enjoying this twist. Inhale, arms rise, left knee rises. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes. And just notice that energy moving through you. And as you focus on your breath, focus on how you feel. Are you present? I am present. I am free. I am whole. I am present. I am free. I am whole. On your next inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Moving through a vinyasa. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Finding yourself in a low lunge. Maybe you lower that right knee, untuck the toe. Bring your left knee to the inside of that left foot. Maybe you stay here. Or maybe you'd like to come down onto your right elbow and then your left. Whatever feels best to you. Maybe heel toe your left foot out just a little wider, giving yourself some space. Or even coming out onto the edge of your left foot. Breathe. Heart reaches forward, crown of the head reaches forward. On your next inhale, come back onto your left hand and then your right. Bring your knee back to center, tuck onto that left toe. Straighten that right toe, straighten that right knee, step back into high plank. Move through your vinyasa. Or go straight to downward facing dog. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. And breathe. On your next inhale, left leg rises, preparing for pigeon. Exhale, left knee comes right behind the left wrist, shifting your shin as parallel to the front of the mat as possible, and walking your right knee back. Your hips are as square to the front of the mat as possible. Your weight is evenly distributed. Maybe you stay here in this high pigeon. Maybe you'd like to come in down onto your elbows. Or maybe you'd like to bring your forehead to the backs of your hands or to the floor. Whatever feels best to you. Breathing into any areas that feel tense or need attention. Remember that sensation is okay. Pain is not. If you feel like any of this movement is taking your breath away, back off a little bit. Be good to yourself. Be present. Be free in your body. Know you are whole. Coming back up onto your hands. Tuck onto those right toes. Lift that right knee. Send that left leg long behind you to a three-legged dog. Find your downward dog. Bend into those knees. Gaze is forward. Take an inhale here. And exhale, float to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Inhale, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Hands to heart center. Heel toe your feet as wide as the mat. Toes facing out a little bit. Hugging your belly in. Inhale here, grow tall. Exhale, find your malasana. Elbows to the inside of your thighs. Chest is lifted. Inhale to a mini star shape. Really expand. Lift your heart. Lift out of your hips. Exhale to your malasana. Inhale, expand. Exhale, malasana one more time. Press into the heels. Exhale, hands to heart center. Heel toe your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, going through that sequence on the opposite side. Take a step back with your left foot. Bend into that right knee, finding your low lunge here. Lower onto the left knee, untuck the toes. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Heel toe your right foot a little wider. Maybe this feels good. Maybe you stay here. Gaze is just a few inches in front of your hands. We want to keep the neck an extension of the spine. Maybe you'd like to lower onto one elbow and then the other. Or maybe you'd like to come onto the outer edge of that right foot. Breathing into that sensation, sending a message to your body that it is okay, that it is safe. Breathe. For some reason, your breath is stuck, back off. It's okay. Let the breath help you in this shape. onto the right hand, and then the left, bringing your knee back to center. Step back into plank pose. Moving through your vinyasa one last time, shifting forward. Find your chaturanga, a back bend, or maybe we just meet in downward facing dog. Take one breath in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, pigeon. Your right knee comes behind your right wrist. Left knee finds the floor. Heel toe your right shin as parallel to the front of the mat as feels right in your body. Your hips are square to the front of the mat. You don't want to be leaning into the right side or leaning into the left side. Evenly distribute that weight. Maybe you stay here in this high pigeon. Or maybe you come down on your elbows. Or maybe even lay your forehead down on the backs of your hands that are stacked on the mat. And just know your mat is here and feel all that support beneath you. Breathing in that space and breathing out to release. Your next inhale, come back to that high pigeon, tuck onto that left toe, and take that right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Coming to almost to our cool down. Starting to cool it down anyway. Bend into your knees, send your hips back, gazes forward. Float to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Heel toe your feet as wide as the mat. Inhale to that tiny star shape. And exhale to your malasana. And just see if you can gently, very ever so gently, come to your seat. Brilliant. Bring your feet out in front of you. And just start to, arms reaching forward, palms facing in, just start to lower yourself all the way down to the back of the mat. Let's extend our legs long. And just in like a shavasana shape, just for a moment, just to feel that. Just feel the earth beneath you. Yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, to the self. And on your next inhale, extend your arms above your head, taking a full body stretch here. Exhale, place your hands down by your side, bend into your knees, bring your heels nice and close to your sit bones. We'll take one back bend before we come to a close. On your next inhale, press your lower back into the mat, lift your hips. We'll stay here just as a little restorative bridge. Take an inhale here, lift your hips a little bit higher, keep your chin away from your chest. Maybe you take your gaze to the right and then to the left, releasing that neck a couple of times. And come back to center. Lower your hips. Heel toe your feet as wide as the mat and cactus your arms. Allow your knees to windshield wiper from the right and to the left. A few times in each direction. Come back to center. Hug your knees wide of your chest. And maybe you'd like to stay here, or maybe you reach between your knees and grab the outside edges of your feet to a happy baby, rocking side to side, maybe taking it to a Peter Pan, straightening one leg and then the other, maybe both legs, whatever feels best to you. Go ahead and do that now. And when you're ready, bring your knees back to center, extend your legs long, allow your feet to kind of fall open, maybe separating your feet just a little bit. And allow your arms to float down by your sides. Your palms are facing up. Your shoulder blades are just tucked under you, so they're nice and flat to the mat. So you can really notice those places of your body, those body parts that are touching the mat. Taking a short body scan here, so relaxing your feet and ankles, your shins. Coming up to notice your knees, your thighs. Allow your hips to get nice and heavy. The backs of your hands, your forearms, your elbows, your triceps, your shoulders. Shoulders are nice and heavy, the back of your head. Allow your brain to fall towards the back of your head. Your eyes sinking a little more deeply into their sockets. Let your jaw go. Maybe allow your lips to part. Your brow softens, smoothing out your forehead. And know that there is nowhere to go and nothing to do. Just breathe.
Start to bring some movements back to your fingers and your toes. And rolling over onto your right side, hugging your knees towards your chest in that nourishing fetal position, using your right arm as a pillow. And taking your time to come back to the room. Yoga is about clearing away whatever prevents our living in the most full and whole way. I hope you take this cultivated energy into the rest of your day, maybe into your week. And go ahead and, keeping your eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable cross-legged seat, palms together, thumbs at your heart, and chin bowed. Thank you so much for sharing in this practice with me this morning. It is truly an honor to be your teacher. Bring thumbs to forehead, the third eye, the seat of our intuition. Open up, let go, and shine bright, yogis. Namaste.
Namaste.